Can you hear those spirits? What was that bell? What was it? Whoa! It's the Spirit Bell by Murphy's Studio and Murphy's Magic. That's what it was. Welcome back to a brand new review on the Magic Alon channel. If you're brand new to this channel or returning, my name is Alon. I'm a magician, mentalist, and a community owner of one of the world's largest magic communities online. And I'm so excited to be back for another review. Apologies for not putting out a review for a while because I've been wanting to put this review out for a while, but I didn't want to do it until I truly tested it. I have just come back from doing 2 shows on Halloween, gigging paid shows, and I put this to the test. Before doing any kind of review, I wanted to actually do it in the real world on a real spooky Halloween magic show. I even recorded it, and you'll be seeing some footage of me using a routine using the Spirit Bell later in this review. And now I've got all the facts, all the information you need to give you a proper, incredible review on this remarkable, recently released actually, new product by Murphy's Studio, the Spirit Bell. And also, may I say, by the legend himself, Anverdi, who, if those who don't know, my favorite trick of all time is Anverdi's mental die. So I love the guy. His thinking was absolutely amazing. May he rest in peace. But if you're watching this channel or this review and you have no idea what on earth this is, let me tell you. And even if you do, I'll give you some cool information. Well, as said, this is the Spirit Bell by Murphy Studio and Anverdi. Anverdi has released so many incredible tech tricks like mental die, also color match, mental dice, and several other incredible routines and effects. And essentially, this is a bell that can be controlled by your fingertip, quite literally with a remote. But essentially, you can command this bell to ring at any given moment. You can stand quite far away from it, and it is fully in your control when that bell rings. Quite sick. Now, I will be honest, there have been several Spirit Bells like this out in the market already, so it is important that in this review you will get clarification on what makes this one special and brand new compared to all the others. And I'll do my best to explain that. So stick to the end, because you also get to see, as mentioned, an incredible performance by me doing one of my favorite routines with this bell. I also want to say a thank you to Murphy's because they've provided incredible amount of content other than the tutorial video for the Spirit Bell on their YouTube channel by like Louis Leval and some other incredible legends that actually inspired me personally how to perform it. In fact, Louis Leval's video, especially on the Murphy's YouTube channel, helped me a lot. So thank you. Now, it's important to clarify compared to other bells, as I said, what makes this one special is it is definitely one of the largest Spirit Bells I've seen in size, and we'll do an unboxing very soon, and also one of the loudest. Sometimes they're not really heard, so when you perform on stage, it's not really perfect. It's really more of a close-up table situation. No, but this one with a Murphy's Magic one, you can totally do it in a really, really large area because the sound is really, really audible and the size is really, really nice and large for it being visible to your whole audience. And I do have the Spirit Bell standard version, but I will give you a little bit of information on the deluxe, although I haven't got it, and this is just based on seeing that tutorial for your review sake. But essentially, I will do an unboxing and then I'll tell you about what you get in the deluxe compared to the standard version. Now, I also will say that this bell allows you to control whether it's one ring or double ring, which I'll show you in a sec, and also whether you want it to be instant or you also have the option to do a delay for 5 seconds. And all of this is done with the remote. I think it's perfect time to open up this box.
2 hours later.
Oh, finally. Let's see. So inside you first get these. Now, of course, they're already open, but they would be in a nice package because I've performed them. But you get these really nice cards. You get 2 sets of cards. One is with these really nice symbols, candles, black plague, sand, which represent different spooky stuff. So I actually use these in my routine. They're very, very cool, and they're marked. And the back design is really nice. And they're actually not just paper, like they're printed on a really nice cardstock. So I'm pretty happy with the quality of these. Really, really good and long lasting. And then, of course, you get a set of ESP symbols, and it's really nice because ESP routines are always cool, and again they are marked, and you don't just get 5 symbols, you also get the 6th one with the triangle in case you want to, if you don't like the wavy line. So that's the first thing you get. Then the next thing in the box you'll notice is this, which is of course your amazing base. Now your base is pretty cool and really high quality. It is literally made out of wood, as you can see right here. Like, it is solid, sturdy, and can be examined by your spectator to some extent. Of course, this is where your electronics are, and the way it's locked and specially made is perfect. No one, if they don't know what to look for, will be able to find it or crack it, but why should they? Just so you know, it's really nice, really well made, pretty nice. Even smells like wood because it's actually made from real wood. And then you have this, which is all the cool stuff. So you have Of course, you get some a charging cable, and you get some little other tools and stuff just so you can, you know, control and troubleshoot with. Then you also get your incredible remote. So you just press this and boom, it makes a sound. So very cool. And of course, I'm unboxing this because this is a tech trick and you deserve to see exactly what's inside the box. And Murphy's have revealed themselves already what's inside the box. Otherwise, I wouldn't be showing you. But since it's tech, it's totally fine. And the method is already obviously stated in the description of the trick. So then you get here, of course, you get two of the main things, right? So number one, you get this, which is like the handle for the like base where you're gonna put the bell on, and then you can screw that on just like so, and we're gonna try and make the bell ring in a second. And then of course, last but not least, you have your bell, and just look at how beautiful this is. I mean, it just looks so old and like literally something you find in an antique shop. Really, really cool, really nice. And bear in mind, in the deluxe version, this bell does not actually have this like metal thing inside because it comes with a hammer. As you can see on my screen, the difference between the deluxe and standard version. Now, this is everything you get in the standard version. In the deluxe version, you also get this really nice case. So if you want to present it in a really nice fashion on a stage or in a close-up environment, it's really nice. You also get a bunch of cool little gimmicks for levitating objects. You might know what they are, you might not, but it's really nice to get them, and they're made of high quality, alongside a sponge bowl and this really nice cup to make, like, you put it in the cabinet, and it's a separate routine, completely separate to the bell that Murphy just provides, where the sponge bowl levitates into the cup, which is, I guess, really nice. And you also get a really nice silk or cloth, a black one, to cover with. So I don't really know why they give you that, but it's nice that they do in this deluxe version, just to fit that theme of this spookiness. But you also find out later, this is not a trick you have to do in Halloween. Halloween is over, but doesn't mean I won't perform this again until a year in the future. But moving on, I think you want to see this thing ring. I mean, just first of all, look how pretty this is. I mean, putting this on stage or in a close-up or on a table, it just looks so beautiful. It really looks scary and haunted. Like, I look at it and it just blows my mind. So as I said, we have a few different modes here. I'm going to show you just the one where you just literally press the button and it rings. Look, bam, instantly, and it's very loud. I don't know how well you heard it, but it's really loud. I can also do 2 tap to make it ring twice. One, so it rings twice, which is really nice. Even 3 times if you want, you know, all at once. So it's completely up to you. I'll also show you the delay feature, which is really cool. So of course, it's really hard to do it whilst holding it. It's better when it's straight, but this is the delay feature. So I just press the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. So 5 seconds and a delay, which is really useful for when people are staring at you if you're pressing something, that you can press it, wait 5 seconds, and really time yourself. So that's the bell. That's really what it does. That's it. It's nothing more to it. I'm going to talk about the tutorial, advantages, disadvantages, and all that, but I really just wanted to show you exactly what it is. That's it. It's pretty cool. I'm going to put it down for now, and we'll... Oh! No, I'm kidding. I just pressed it. But it's so cool. Anyways, let's move on to the tutorial. Now, of course, you get a different tutorial of standard and deluxe, although 90% of it is the same in both cases. You just get a few extras in the deluxe that Javier Fuenmayer goes over. And that's correct. Yes, this is taught again, as always, by the amazing legend Javier Fuenmayer, an incredible HD, high quality filmed in the Murphy studio, as always with Murphy's videos and tutorials. Now, the standard version is a 1 hour and 42 minute tutorial, and the deluxe is 2 hours and 3 minutes. But that extra time in the deluxe is really just telling you about all the levitation stuff. In the standard one, you just don't get that. Other than that, everything is literally the same with the routines and all of that. And of course, in the deluxe, you have a hammer hitting the bell, but not a big difference. The methodology and how it works is at principle the exact same. So it starts off with Javier giving you just an intro, history, how Anverdi came up with it, of course, because this is a routine by Anverdi, but Murphy produced it, of course, because Anverdi hasn't been alive for a very long time. And then you get a physical unboxing, just like I showed you, literally, of like Javier shows you exactly all the pieces, how to build it together, how you can give the spectator to build it, because that's also really cool. The spectator themselves can build this bell, and he just gives you all the specifications, exactly how the button works, all of that. You get to learn how to use the remote in the next section. You also get to learn how to put this, attach your remote, removing the remote, hiding it essentially in all kinds of places, because this remote is really cool, because of course it can be palmed or stuff, but you also get this really nice feature where the remote has this little like, you know, whatever, this sharp thing, I don't know, it's called the needle, where you can like attach it on your clothes, and you can have it under your armpits. And the way I performed it, I had it in my suit jacket, and I just pressed like this, you know? Oh, you'll probably hear it ring in a second. 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, I just pressed it accidentally. Then Javier goes over the cards that I showed you earlier and how to read the markings, how to associate mnemonics with them, and we'll talk about the cards a little bit later too, but that's what you get. And then this is the coolest part. you literally get, and I've never seen this with Murphy's, they actually created a full 15-minute seance act with the spirit bell that Javier performed, and they actually invited real audience members to come into their studio and watch this 15-minute act, this seance. It's incredible. As you can see on my screen, small parts of it that Javier did. It's really, really phenomenal, and Javier did an incredible job performing it, so it was really cool to see that. But then what's really cool is they give you this whole performance, this whole routine, and then they dissect, literally Javier dissect every single routine there and different ways you can do it. And of course, some parts of the routine, they require you to use like actual objects that you don't get included with this, or they're routines from other creators, but he cites them, but he always at least gives you one version that you can do really easily without having to buy another trick or some other object. But usually, you know, depends what routine you do, it's up to you. But essentially you get taught this really nice ESP routine of the ESP cards, where the spectator chooses one, mixes it up, puts one by one near the bell, and the bell rings when it's found their ESP routine. You also get a really nice which hand routine where the bell tells you which hand the spectator is holding the coin in or whatever like that. You get this really nice act routine, and this is the one I'll show you full performance of very, very soon at the end of this review. I did this, it slays. It is one of the coolest, strongest moments I've ever had in a magic show. It's really, really powerful. The spirit bell plays a really fun role. It's amazing. It's my favorite routine by far, personally. You also get a really nice psychometry routine. You get routines how to use like playing cards or tarot cards and stuff like that, just ideas that you can do, because really it's up to you to be creative with this bell. You also get a question and answer sort of routine, and you get a really nice haunted watch effect, which is cool. And finally, the tutorials wrapped up with just some troubleshooting guides and information by Javier, because this is tech and you might encounter some problems. Javier covers them all. Now let's talk about some positives before I show you my performance video. Now, of course, this is super easy to do. I mean, literally just pressing a button. It cannot get any easier than that in the world. I mean, the bell itself is just remarkably beautiful. I mean, look at the design. I mean, Murphy did an incredible job at making this realistic. Looks like it just came out of some haunted shop or some voodoo place. I don't know. It's really, really cool. It looks antique, like it's got scratches on it. Like the bell is impressively made and designed, very high quality. And as said earlier, the sound is really high quality too. I mean, the size of the bell and the sound, it's really, really audible, as you heard just in the video, but also when you see me doing a performance video, you'll see that everybody heard it really, really well, really cool. And as mentioned earlier, like your spectators can build it. Like they can take the base, then they can attach the handle, then they can attach the bell on top, and then the magic happens. So that's a cool moment that you don't really see with all the other spirit bells out there in the market. The spectators can build it. There's not really any crazy funny stuff on the outside. Also, the bell, the entire spirit bell, has a really, really good battery life. It can literally last you hundreds and hundreds of performances from one charge. So really, really good on that. It's quite important. The worst thing is you actually press the button and then it doesn't ring in your show. So of course, charge it before your performances, but it can last a very long time. And also a lot of people like question, oh, this is just a routine for Halloween. That's not true. Okay, I did it in my show on Halloween, but I'm excited to use this in other ways. Like you can come up with really cool presentations like comedy bell, where it's a bell that you're talking to and it makes jokes or it stops and blah, blah, blah. Like you have to be creative, but this bell of course can be used all year long. If you're just a performer and you start talking about Houdini spirit, which is what I did in my show, then it's completely up to you. Like it's not just on Halloween. You could do it at any time. You can tell a story at any time of the year. We don't tell horror stories or watch horror movies just on Halloween. We watch it all year round. That's another example. Now let's look at some negatives. Now there's not too many, but I do want to clarify them, and all of the negatives really can be fixed by you, but it's really important that you as a performer are performing this routine well, because one of the biggest negatives here is method-wise, of course, like it's kind of obvious what it does. And that's the truth of it. Like if you're doing this, like, and unless you have a spectator who's like a real believer in this supernatural stuff, then of course, like the only way it can be done if it's some tech stuff, right? In our day and age, it's really possible to create stuff like this. And they would be right, your spectators. You have some button or some way to control the bell using technology, which kind of removes the magic of it, right? No, it doesn't, because it's up to you. You need to create a really good story, presentation, because people are coming to see a magic show for entertainment, not to believe that magic is real. If magic was real, then we wouldn't have a job, because there is no such thing as real magic, right? So you have to really create a story, presentation, sell it to them, make it special lasting moment. That's up to you as a magician or mentalist or whatever you do. That's the power of this bell. It enhances your routine. It's not a magic trick, it's a tool. Another small negative is, of course, you have to be careful of your button pressing. You don't want to press it too many times, or even more important, have your spectators see that you're pressing the button. So either use a delay function or have it in a place like I did under the jacket, where I just, press like this, really gently, quietly, subtly, so no one really sees. And last but not least, I will say, this is small minor negative, and of course you can just learn the markings, but I will say, I mean, at least they're really well hidden. That's really important. But I would prefer, especially on cards this big, and when I perform this on stage, maybe on close-up is fine, that the marks, they're not the easiest, okay? And as Javier gives you in the tutorial ways to associate the marks with each object or each ESP symbol, but personally I didn't find it that easy. You just have to memorize them and that's it, and move on. It would be nicer if there was some way easier marking, even if it was just a reader mark and you can know exactly what symbol it was, that'd be great. But at least on the other hand, they're really well hidden, which is something I wanted to mention really quickly that I personally found. So before I tell you whether it's worth it, I'd like to just quickly play a small extract of a routine I did on Halloween show using the spirit bell. This is the Ash routine and it was incredible. Now this is only a small part of my show. Earlier on I also used the spirit bell with the objects, with the playing cards, where spectators mix up the cards, they put the card near the bell and it rang when it found their object. I'm not playing that one because I think it's a little bit more basic, but if you want you can always message me and I can send you the full video. I just wanted to share really briefly this really cool performance. So here you go, enjoy. This box means a lot to me. It holds a very special meaning, a special power, a special force. This is one of the mere mysteries of Harry Houdini. It took a long time for me to find this box. A lot of searching and looking and finding the right moment. But what's inside this box strikes me as authentic, because it's not the box itself that holds the power and the mystery. It's the thing inside, a bell. See, back in the past, they would hold these things in Halloween. They were called a seance. Who here knows what a seance is? In seances, clever minds used clever tricks, and they used clever tricks to create clever illusions. They would trick you. You would have these people who pretend to be spiritual and they would guide you and control the living and the dead. Well, it's fake. They would use tricks and illusions. These tricksters, you could even call them con artists, they would make you believe that they could take and communicate with what is down below, with the beyond. A bell. In seances, these hold a special meaning. But these bells were often faked by these spirituals, they would call themselves. Tonight I'm not going to use a fake bell. This is why this was so hard to acquire. And I'll tell you why. This special bell is a bell that could not be tricked. It has no handle, because in the past they used to use a handle so a person would be able to nudge it just gently and create a sound. Right here, I also have a solid base. This base can't be tricked, since if you were to put it on a table, it allows the bell not to be able to move. In the past, the seance artist wouldn't have a base and he would just hold the bell in his hands. He'd be able to do subtle strokes and make a sound. And another special thing of this bell is, it's heavy. It's heavy, so you wouldn't be able to blow on it. No matter how hard you tried, no sound would be made. Could you have a look at this bell and make sure it's normal for me? Can you just check this base and just give it a knock? And in fact, could you build it for us? Could you please put this onto the base? Very slowly and carefully. Halloween, tonight, October 31st, but not 2026. October 31st, 1926, Houdini died. If you do the math, 99 years ago today, Houdini, the world's greatest escape artist, escapologist we would call him, not a magician, he died. He promised his wife, her name was Bess, and this is one of his journals, that every Halloween, if he were to return, he would leave her a message. And many since then have tried to reach him. And many, aka everyone, has failed. Can you say your name for everybody, please? Lana. Are you a believer?
Yeah.
I want you to think of someone in your life, someone close to you, someone you know that no one here could possibly know. Do you have someone maybe that you thought of earlier potentially in your mind? Have you thought of them before? Before? Maybe? Okay. Think about possible associations of this person. Maybe if their name has a meaning of some kind. Maybe a short name, maybe 4 letters or something like that. Think about it. You've never told this name to anybody here before. You've never told me this name before. Have you ever said it? Have you danced it in the last few hours? No? So there's no way I could know what this name is. It's just in your mind. I want you to think of the first letter of this person's name. You're going to say the alphabet, please. Very slowly. And think about that first letter. Out loud, I want you to say the alphabet. We haven't even started. Are you thinking of an A? You're thinking of an A. In a name just in your mind you've never said anyone else before.
Yes.
I'm not really happy with what I possess here. I may be haunted for life. But here I have the ashes of Harry Houdini. Can you think about that name? I want you to release all that energy. And everybody, pay attention. Are you thinking of this person's name? For the first time, can you please say their name out loud for everybody to hear? Allah? Like this? Thank you so much. My name is Alon. Happy Halloween.
I mean, how?
Thank you so much for watching the performance. I really hope you enjoyed that. I'm really proud of that. That was my first ever Halloween show I've ever done. I don't really play a spooky character. I'm more of a serious hardcore mentalist. So it was really fun to play that and play along, but it played really strong as the very big finale of the show when the reveal of the person's name was written in ash. And this is a routine you learn from Javier, actually in detail, completely in the tutorial. So highly recommend you check that routine out. So is it worth it? How much does it cost? The standard version is $295 and the deluxe is $395. Yes, it's worth it. Of course it's worth it, only if you actually perform. Now, that goes without saying to any magic trick. Like, some hobbyists will collect something like this, you know, just for their fun, but I think a routine like this, it's not a magic trick. Understand that it's a tool. It will only work for you and only be worth it if you actually use it for its purpose. Not for the purpose of making a sound, ding, 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 for the purpose of creating a story, telling something much more meaningful, and that's up to you. You can't just buy this and perform it straight away, or otherwise people are not going to find it that cool. You have to spend time and work in a routine. I spent ages since I got this actually, to put out this review and actually perform it in the real world until I was satisfied with a routine I wanted to do. And in the end of my show, it actually created a really powerful moment. And of course, it's technology. It's much more expensive compared to other tricks out there. It's way over $295 or $395, depending on which one you choose. So of course, it's quite an investment. So it's really important that you use it and you make this investment worthwhile. So I'll leave that up to you, whether it's worth it. So that's it. This was a much longer review than usual, but I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm really excited to play around with this spirit belt even more. It's a really well-made product. I'd just like to say thank you once again to Murphy's Magic for sending this. This is an incredible piece of magic. And if you have haven't got it yet, think about it and get it. It's really, really cool. If you're also not subscribed to this channel yet, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. I don't try my best to put out reviews every single week, and they take me a long, long time. So it just means the world to me. It's really free to do, and some people just don't realize that they're not subscribed. And I can see on my analytics that most of you are not subscribed. So just click that button. It's really simple to do. Just do it. It really helps me out. And you could also hit the like, leave a comment. What do you think about the Spirit Bell? I'm really genuinely curious. And I really am excited to see you in the next review. Thank you so much. My name is Alon, and I will see you in the next one.